Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Senator Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today is Sunday, July the 19th, 2020. Hey, I got a Facebook poke shout out going out to Amanda Sue Little. So, without further ado, hey, Amanda Sue, this is a poke back from me to you. Alrighty, how about some weather? Weather today is going to be brought to you by Wallace Resale. Yeah, okay, Wallace Resale. Yeah, go ahead and jump on. Actually, it could be brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Yes, sir, Bob. Papa John's Pizza. Yeah, I like their thin crust. Oh, yeah. And I always get it well done, because, well, it's easier for me to eat on my fork. And so, therefore, I get the works, thin crust, square cut, well done pizza, and boy, let me tell you what, that there is some fine eats. Yes, sir. And then you can follow it up by a nice cold Pepsi Cola. And oh my gosh, you want to know what? They've really got some good chocolate chip brownies. Now those things, I tell you, if you're in the idea of having yourself some calling tonight, well, there you go. Papa John's Pizza is the place for you to go. Alrighty, well, alrighty then. Hey, I always enjoy it when I have it. Looks like today's weather forecast today, thunderstorms are quite likely. Highs around 93 degrees Fahrenheit and winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 100%. Thunderstorms are likely this evening and then a chance of scattered thunderstorms overnight. Storms may contain strong, gusty winds. Lows near 72 degrees Fahrenheit and winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. And then, how about Monday, July the 20th? Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some may be containing some strong gusty winds. Highs around 85 degrees Fahrenheit with winds light and variable. Chances of rain 50%. Those are east winds at about 5 miles per hour. Scattered thunderstorms in the evening, then mainly cloudy overnight with thunderstorms likely. 70 lows around 72 degrees Fahrenheit and winds light and variable. Chances of rain 80%. Scattered thunderstorms for Tuesday, July 21st. That's right. Variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. Highs around 89 degrees Fahrenheit with winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. Partly to mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms later on at night. Lows around 73 degrees Fahrenheit and winds light and variable. Chances of rain 50%. Wednesday, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms in the morning. Highs around 92 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. Scattered thunderstorms, especially overnight, with lows around 73 degrees Fahrenheit and winds light and variable. Chances of rain 50%. Those light and variable winds are going to be southwest at approximately 4 miles per hour. Scattered thunderstorms on Thursday, July the 23rd. Highs around 90 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. And then a few clouds from time to time overnight with low degrees around 73 degrees Fahrenheit, that is, with winds south to southeast at about 5 miles per hour. And so there you have your weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Yeah, go ahead and call up your local Papa John's Pizza. Of course, they are going by the COVID carry-out rules. So the COVID delivery rules. So if you have one delivered, just remember they're probably not going to get too close to the door. How about some Johnny Cash music? We done a lot of Chris Christopherson yesterday, mostly Chris Christopherson. We picked up somebody else, but today we're going to do Johnny Cash. In regards to the movies that are on today, it's John Wayne movies, and uh, the Three Godfathers was on a little bit ago, and they sung this one two or three times in there. So here we go. As I walked out on the streets of Laredo, as I walked out on Laredo one day, I spied a poor cowboy wrapped in white linen, wrapped in white linen, as cold as the clay. I can see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. These words he did say as I boldly walked by. Come in, sit down beside me, and hear my sad story. I'm shout, I'm shot in the breast, and now I must die. I was once in the saddle, I used to go dashing. Once in the saddle, I used to go, yea. First to the card house, and then down to Rosie's. But I am shot in the breast, and I'm dying today. Get 6 jolly cowboys to carry my coffin, 6 dancer hall maidens to bear up my pall. Throw branches of roses all over my coffin, roses to deaden the clods as they fall. Then beat the drum slowly, play the fife loudly, play the dead man's march as they carry me along. Take me to the green valley, lay the sod over me. I'm a young cowboy, and I know I've done wrong. Then go write a letter to my girlfriend, my gray-haired mother, and tell her the cowboy that she loved has gone. But please, not one word of the man who had killed me. Don't mention his name, and his name will pass on. When thus he had spoken, the hot sun was setting, and the streets of Laredo grew gray as the clay. We took the young cowboy down to the green valley, and there stands his marker we made to this day. We beat the drum slowly and played the fife lowly, played the dead march as we carried him along. Down in the green valley lay the sod over him. Was a young cowboy, and he said he done wrong. Well, there you have it. Okie dokie. All right. Um, I was gonna do another one here or there, but I having some issues, so I'm gonna knock these out as fast as I can. I hear that train a coming. Why, it's coming around that bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I am stuck in lonesome prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps a rolling on down to San Antone. When I was a young baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy and don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Well, I bet there's some rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on a moving. And that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I'd bet I'd move it on a little further down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I'd want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Hey, yes, I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. There are some people who say we cannot tell whether we're saved or whether all is well. They say we only can hope and trust that it's so. Well, I was there when it happened, and so I guess I ought to know. Yes, I know when Jesus saved me. Jesus saved my soul the very moment he forgave me, and he made me whole. He took away my burdens, Lord, and he gave me peace within. Satan can't make me doubt it. Ah, it's real, and I'm gonna shout it. I was there when it happened, and so I guess I ought to know. I don't care who tells me salvation's not real, though the world may argue that we cannot feel the heavy burdens lifted and the bales of sin go. I was there when it happened, so I guess I ought to know. Yes, I know the day that Jesus saved me. Oh, the very moment he forgave me. He took my heavy burdens, and Lord, he gave me peace within. Oh no, Satan can't make me doubt it. I won't. That's real, and I'm gonna shout it. I was there when it happened, and so I guess I ought to know. All right, let's see here. How about maybe a quick fairy tale if I can get a quick one? The King and the Golden Mountain. That was a long one. We won't be doing that. So there we go. Doctor Know-It-All. Once upon a time, a poor peasant named Krebib was talking taking a load of wood drawn by two oxen the, to the town for sale. He sold it to a doctor for 3 talents, and when doo-doo-doo-doo, he had sold it to the doctor for thalers. When the money was being paid to him, it so happened that the doctor was sitting at dinner. When the peasant saw how dainty the doctor was eating and drinking, he felt a great desire to become a doctor too. He remained standing and looking on for a time, and then asked if he could not be a doctor. "Oh, yes," said the doctor, "that is easily managed." "What must I do?" asked the peasant. "Well, first buy an ABC book. You can get one with a cock as a front front piece. Secondly, turn your wagon and oxen into money, and buy with it clothes and other things suitable for a doctor. Thirdly, have a signed painting with the words, 'I am a doctor, no, I am Doctor Know-All,' and have it nailed over your door." Then the peasant did everything that he was told to do. Now, when he had been doctoring for a while, not very long though, a rich nobleman had some money stolen from him, and he was told about Doctor Know-All, who lived in such and such a village, who would be sure to know what had become of it. So the gentleman ordered his carriage and drove to the village. He stopped at the doctor's house and asked Crab if he were Dr. Knowall. Yes, I am. Then you must go with me to get my stolen money back. Yes, certainly, but uh, Gareth, my wife, must come too. The nobleman agreed and gave both of them seats in his carriage, and they all drove off together. When they reached the nobleman's castle, the dinner was ready, and Crab was invited to sit down to the table. Yes, but Grith, my wife, must dine too, and he seated himself with her. When the first servant brought in a dish of choice food, the peasant nudged his wife and said, Greth, that was the first, meaning that the servant was handing the first dish. But the servant thought he meant that was the first thief, as he really was the thief, and he became much alarmed and said to his comrades outside, That doctor knows everything. We shan't get out of this hole, he said, and I was the first. The second servant did not want to go in at all, but he had to go, and when he offered his dish to the peasant, he nudged his wife and said, Greth, that is the second. This servant also was frightened and hurried out. The third one feared no better, and the peasant said again, Greth, this is the third. The fourth one brought in a covered dish, and the master told the doctor that he must show his powers and guess what was under the cover. Now it was a dish of crabs. The peasant looked at the dish and did not know what to do, so he said, Wretched crab that I am. When the master heard him, he cried, There, he knows it. Then he knows where the money is, too. Then the servant grew terribly frightened and sighed to the doctor to come outside. When he went outside, they all four confessed to him that they had stolen the money, and they would gladly give it to him and a large sum in addition, if only he would not betray them to their master, or their necks would be in peril. They also showed him where the money was hidden. Then the doctor was satisfied and went back into the table and said, Now, sir, I will look in my book to see where the money is hidden. The fifth, in the meantime, had crept into the stove to hear if the doctor knew still more. But he sat there turning over the pages of his ABC's book, looking for the cock, and as he could not find it at once, he said, I know you are there, and out you must come. The man in the stove thought it was meant for him, and sprang out in a fright, crying, The man knows everything, the doctor knows all. He showed the nobleman where the money was hidden, and he did not betray the servants. And he received much money from both sides as a reward, and became a very celebrated man. And there you have it, Dr. Know-all. Accidents do happen. Alrighty, hey, that looks like it's time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And Our Daily Bread is brought to us by The Bible with Briscoe 2020. Yes, the Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading is going to be Psalms 23 through 25 and Acts 21:18 through 40. Yes, that's right, the Bible with Briscoe 2020. Okay, let's see. The daily bread portion of the program, today's devotion is called On Our Hearts. And on our hearts, the Deuteronomy 6, 1 through 9 will be the scripture for the day. And what is on our hearts? These are the commands, decrees, and laws the Lord your God directs me to teach you to observe in the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess, so that you and your children and their children after you may fear the Lord your God as long as you live, by keeping all his decrees and commands that I give you, and so that you may enjoy long life. Hear, Israel, and be careful to obey, so that it may go well with you, and that you may increase greatly in a land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord thy God of your ancestors has promised you. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children, and talk about them when you sit at home, and when you walk all along the road, and when you lie down, and when you get up. Tie them as a symbol on your hands, and bind them on your forehead. Write them on the doorframes of your houses and on your hands, and on your gates. So there you go. That's what should be on your hearts, the commands and decrees that the Lord has given you. So there we go. That seems to be it for the Shen Show today. And so I've got one more song for you, and that would go, "Oh well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go." Ba-da-ba-da-dum. I said, "Goodbye, my friends. It's time to go." Oh, I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Bresco saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shin Show, and as always, you know, God loves you and so do I. So be blessed and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.